found in Hebrews chapter 12, verses 1 to 3. Therefore, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and sin which clings so closely, and let us run with perseverance the race that is set before us, looking to Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of our faith, who, for the joy that was set before him, endured the cross, despising the shame, and is seated at the right hand of the throne of God. Consider him who endured from sinners such hostility against himself, so that you may not grow weary or faint-hearted. Let us sing our song for tonight, Find Us Faithful. This is sung by Steve Green, if you're looking at the internet. So for people, they called it cloud of witnesses. But when we say cloud of witnesses, they're not just about who are these cloud of witnesses. So they're not just above us. These are the, let's start with Jesus and the disciples, his disciples, and the ancestors, our ancestors that have gone before us. So Jesus himself was the first witness. He witnessed to the disciples the grace, the love of God for everyone. And he showed his disciples how to live a righteous life. He showed the disciples how we could share the love of God. So he's one of the, he witnessed to the disciples. But the disciples in turn practiced their faith by sharing the love of God through by learning from Jesus Christ and sharing what they believed, what they felt, what they heard from Jesus Christ. And this carried on to generations and all the generations that are ahead of us. And so the second part of the passage is saying, run the race that is set ahead of us. So this is now what the cloud of witnesses, our ancestors, the early disciples have set before us, that we need to run this race. We need to continue sharing the love of God to everybody, and not only to our peers now, but for the generations to come. So when we talk about the race, there's three things that I'd like us to consider. First, it says run. It doesn't say walk, join, enter the race. It says run the race that is set before us. So there's a certain urgency in this race. So let us not wait till tomorrow while we do our thing, but we know what is right and wrong, and we need to do it. We need to run the race now and run it. We don't walk, we don't take our time, because there's a lot of people out there that needs to know and feel and hear the love of God. Like we've been lucky enough that it's been passed to us, let us share it and pass it to other people. The second part is unburdening ourselves. So how do we run a race if we don't unburden ourselves? Take out all the unnecessary baggage, whatever is hampering us from sharing the love of God that we have that has been shared to us. So if we look at the example of Jesus, he told the fishermen, come, I will make you fishers of men. He didn't say, oh, go pack your bags, go get some provision for a day, for a week or something. He just said, come and I will make you fishers. Come follow me, I will make you fishers of men. This is what is being told of us. Forget about anything, not accumulating wealth or saving for the future. Saving so that we can do our work. We need to do our work now. We don't need to wait for anything else. And let us take out anything that's holding us back. Anything, we know what is right and wrong. We know that God has given us the free will to determine what is right and wrong. Let us do the right by following the examples of the clouds of witnesses that have gone before us. They've showed us how to live a godly life. They've showed us how Christ showed the love of God to everyone. There was no discrimination. He was merciful. He championed the oppressed, and he championed justice. So the third part of the race is, it says run the race with perseverance. In some versions it says endurance. So this is not an easy one. It says perseverance and endurance. That means there's some suffering, there's work to be done. It's not just, we cannot just sit here and do our thing and share. There's a lot of work that needs to be done, and we know that if we don't do this, who's going to do it? Because we were the ones that are being tasked to carry on the heritage of those that have gone before us. The cloud of witnesses are out there looking after us. After they've done their work, they're watching us, looking at us, guiding us on what to do next, because they've shown us how we can share the love of God to other people. So perseverance and endurance. But how can we do this? It means a lot of sacrifice and a lot of hard work, but if we look at the next verses that says, and let us run with perseverance the race that is set before us, looking to Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is seated at the right hand of the throne of God. Consider him who endured from sinners such hostility against himself, so that you may not grow weary or faint-hearted. So, perseverance and endurance. That's something that we need to consider, but this is not for us who have our faith in Christ. We have Jesus Christ who can make things possible for us. In Philippians 4:13, it says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So let us run the race with endurance for perseverance. Let us continue the faith of our fathers, so that our peers and the generations before us will share the good news that has been shared to us. Let us pray. Thank you, dear Heavenly Father, for this opportunity to meditate on your words this Lenten season. Help us to continue the work of those who have come before us, so that the generations who will come before us will find us faithful and able to share the love that you have shown to everyone. This we pray in Jesus' name. Thank you for joining tonight's meditation, and we invite you to join us on Friday at 1 p.m. at the Central Unitarian Church, 156 Forest Avenue, Paramus, New Jersey, and also on Sunday for our Easter Sunday celebration at 3 p.m. at the Assembly Hall of the Christian Unitarian Church, 156 Forest Avenue, Paramus, New Jersey. If we're not, we probably will, with good weather, we'll probably enjoy the good weather and have our services outside. So that's also close to the park. So hopefully we can invite some friends over and enjoy the amenities close to the church. Thank you and good night.